Hello and welcome. It's Bobby at the Paper Jungle, and I have a new completed project to share with you for Country Craft Creations Design Team. This project is using Sweet Southern Mess, which is basically a cooking related collection exclusive to Country Craft Creations. The colors are so vibrant, just beautiful. Here's the header sheet, shows you a little sampling of what's in the collection, all these little cut aparts. The paper's just gorgeous, just gorgeous. I still have plenty to do a lot with, do something else with, maybe another 2 small projects. She puts so much in one of her collections that you just really get a lot out of it. But what I've made this time is a recipe file box. And this is the vignette box by Tim Holtz that is available, or was available, at Country Craft Creations. I'm not sure if she still has them or not. But I created these little booklets shaped like tags. And the very front one is the White Artisan, and I just cut out some graphics that I had in my stash. And I left this blank so that she can make notes of different things that she likes or dislikes, maybe a particular recipe she wants to add onions or bell peppers or a different spice if I didn't have it in it, so she can write those notes to herself. And then each one is a different recipe. This one is my favorite Christmas morning casserole that I make every year. I always make it early on Christmas Eve and put it in the refrigerator, and then Christmas morning while we open our presents it's baking, and by the time we're done opening presents, breakfast is ready. So there's my recipe in there, and I left the back blank so that she can add notes or a photo of her finished recipe when she makes it. This one has is old-fashioned bread pudding that my mom used to always make when I was a kid, and I just loved it. And I just have one of the cut aparts here with a little doily. I used a lot of dice from my stash to embellish the covers of these with, but I wanted something on the cover of each one to relate to what the recipe is inside. So there's my bread pudding recipe. And on your cut list that follows, or will be in the description box, there is a list of my colors that I used. And I also, when I did a sneak peek of this project, I listed what I was using. A lot of people expressed interest in making this project with me, so I gave them a list of what I was using so that they could go ahead and order them if they needed to. This one is ham and cheese omelet bake. This first section is all breakfast. And you can see I've got room in here for more. I have breakfast, dinner, and desserts. So what I did was I took a sandwich bag and I cut the zip top off of it. So when she's making a recipe, she can open it out like this, slide it in the plastic bag. Oops, my embellishments are getting caught here on the front. There we go. It'll slide right in the bag, and she can see the recipe while she's cooking. If she has any splatters or spills, then it won't get on the card. So I thought this was just the perfect size. All I did was just cut the zips top off of it, and it worked out perfectly. And you can fold it in quarters and it'll go right in there with your recipe. So the next section, let's put these back. The next section we have is dinner or supper, whatever you might call it. Let me see. This section I've got pretty full. Yep. So there's dinner. And there's a graphic that I cut out. And again, it's just empty for her to make notes or put photos on. Then we have chocolate chip cranberry scones. One of her aunts sent me. So I put that in there. Then we have King Ranch chicken casserole, which is a Texas favorite, and I love this. It is so good. So I have that in there with this little chicken and a pot holder. Then we have creamy burrito casserole. It's really, really good. And another one of her cut aparts there. And there's the inside of that. Then we have baked spaghetti casserole, and this is a what is her name? Paula Deen. This is a Paula Deen recipe, but I make it a lot and it's really, really good. Then we have chicken parmesan from one of her aunts. I keep saying her, it's for my granddaughter. She's getting married in June and I'm going to give this to her. So there's chicken parmesan. Here we have ranch medley casserole from another aunt, Aunt Shirley. And the last in dinner is another Paula Deen, the Lady's Cheesy Mac. It's a cheesy mac, baked cheesy mac that they have in their restaurants. And then in desserts, there's the dessert. And it's blank again, so I'm not going to open it. Then this one is strawberry cream pie. I have a little wheelbarrow of berries on there. And these, I have a die that makes this apron. I thought it was so cute, and a little strawberry. And this is from another aunt. Taffy tart apple pie. This is the best apple pie you'll ever eat. It is really, really good. And I put some apple blossoms in a little pie. And this one is really good. Amish pumpkin pie, not apple. Amish pumpkin pie. And we just have a basket of eggs and a chef's hat in there. Don't forget you got the little Amish wagon. I love everything Amish. And this one is cherry cheese pie. I put all my favorites in here. And these are a lot of dies that I had. And then these are graphics that I've had in my stash for years, and I just shrunk them down so they'd fit. A lot of fussy cutting in this one, but I don't mind fussy cutting. And this one is Amish cream pie. This is without a doubt the best pie you'll ever eat. Angel cream pie. It is so good. It's an Amish recipe. And there you go. That's all of my little recipes. I thought it turned out so cute. I can't wait to give it to her. I know she's going to love it. But that's what I made using this Sweet Southern Mess by Country Craft Creations. So cute. This one's full. Whoops. Getting down in there. There they go. There they go. I can probably get a couple more in the 2 or 3 more in breakfast and about 2 or 3 more in the desserts, but dinner's full. So that's it. That's my creation. I really love it. And I just put a little label in here, family favorites. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Now there is a short tutorial following this share, and it just basically shows you how I cut the little folders out to help you get the most of each piece of cardstock. If you'll cut it like I show you, you'll get 3 of these folders out of one 12 by 12. So it's pretty good. It just leaves you one small piece left over. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to hear your comments back. Bye-bye. Okay, for this little project, the first thing you want to do is score and cut your cardstock. Let me move this album out of the way. I just did a tutorial on that, and I haven't put it away yet. Get it out of the way. Now I'm using this Tim Holtz vignette box. It's divided in 3 sections, and it is available at Country Craft Creations. Whoops, let me put this back up so you don't have to get distracted by the computer lights. There. Takes the distraction away. Okay, so we are going to score a 12 by 12 at 3 1/4. And I have scored, I think, 3, 4, 5 pieces, so that we'll have an assortment of background colors. So what you want to do is fold and burnish on your score line. Now, some of these papers are glimmer papers, and you can use whichever side you prefer. Now the box, the inside of the box measures 3 1/4, and because when you fold them, the edges don't always match up perfectly, so I cut it exactly at 3 1/4, or actually scored it at 3 1/4, and then I cut it a little bit shy so that I had a perfectly even little fold out. Let me get the yellow one here. And here is yellow. The first one was Imperial Red. This one is Sunglow. And it's also a glimmer paper. I love her glimmer papers. I think they're so pretty. And we will burnish this one. And you can use whichever side you want. I like the glimmer, but if you don't like the sparkle and shine, you can always use the opposite side. So there's that. Now I've already done the, what is the name of this one? I've got it on my cut list. And that's what they're going to look like when you get them cut. Let me see what the name of that one is. I've done forgot. I think it's Willow. Yes, it's Willow Green. And then we have Poolside. And Poolside is not a glimmer paper, but it's a beautiful color. So we'll burnish that one. Let's go this way first. I think it'll fold better that way. I don't know. I guess it is on the fold. It didn't feel like it. And then we'll just cut them all at once. It's kind of assembly line order. And this one is called Chamois. And it is not a glimmer paper either. Now, if you put it in your cutter, just shy of 3 1/4, and I'll show you. There's 3 1/4 right there, so I'm going to move it down just a hair. Make sure it's lined up perfectly, and you'll take just a hair off of that top fold. Go up and down a couple times to make sure it goes through both layers. See, this is all you're removing. Just that little sliver. And then we will turn it to 4 1/2. Oh, that's 5. Ugh, didn't want to do that. 4 1/2. Good. 4 1/2. And then all you'll have left is this little piece. I'll make a cute little booklet to go in a pocket of future projects. So let's do this one. 3 right there. Mercy, it's thick. Make sure it went all the way through. See, that's all you're taking out. And you've got this long piece left plus that little booklet. So it's making the most of your paper, I think. There's 4 1/2. Save these little booklets. They'll fit in pockets of future projects. Right there. Oops. Sketching on that. Get out of there. Here we go. get that caught in there. And we got one more color left after this. 4.5. I'm only going to cut a few to start with, and then after I embellish them, I'll see how much room I've got left. So there's that. And one more, the red. So let's move it right to that line. Yep, got that out. I talk to myself when I'm crafting, can you tell? I'm usually the only one here, and if I don't talk to myself, I don't talk to anybody all day. Okay, and then we need, I'm using the We Are Memories punch. And it has a small and large angle for the corners, but you can cut them by hand if you want. And I'm just going to do the top two corners. Some of this cardstock's pretty thick, but that's a good thing. And these will make our little tag pockets. Now my thinking on this is that you can have, I want to decorate the front of each one. And then on the inside you can put a picture if you have it, or a recipe on both sides. If you don't need both sides for the recipe, I would put a picture of the finished dish, the recipe, and then on the back you could put more notes, things you want to remember, who gave it to you, things like that. So, okay, let's punch the rest of these. And these are all my colors from Country Craft Creations. And one more color after this. Sometimes it gets stuck. It's probably getting full of paper and I need to empty it. Maybe I can finish before I empty the little chamber that collects the pieces. Last one. A piece of paper stuck to me. Might have been washi tape too. I was using it earlier. Okay, there's that. Well, which way is it open? And I'll fool with that later. I'll get it emptied. Okay, so we have the tan, blue, yellow, red, green, and some white. Now these white are made of just a lightweight chipboard that I had in my stash, but I will cut some more white ones out of Artisan because that's just too light and flimsy. But I did it as a prototype, so how about if we stagger colors? How about a blue? Well, come on. A yellow. And red. And once I embellish them, that's probably going to be enough. So I can probably make one more of each. Unless I make, well, if I make more white, which I will. Let's see how that works. Just size-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 21 if I put 7 in each container. And I bet with embellishments that'll be fine. So I will cut 7 more of those. But I also wanted to show you on the piece that goes on the front, where I start my embellishment, is going to be 3 by 4 3/8, and that will layer perfectly on the front of each one. And use the same punch, same corner, the large corner, but that'll be perfect on there. And then we can decorate it more. I think that'll be really pretty. So I'm going to cut out some more papers, and I will ink each of these. I'm not sure. I will either use gathered twigs or walnut stain, but I think walnut stain might be kind of dark, so we'll go with gathered twigs for the moment. Alright, I will cut the rest of the papers and I'll be back.